One of the many nice things about traveling in the train is you have a chance to sit and talk with each other about the experiences that we've just enjoyed and reflect back upon our visit to Italy. We really did see some fascinating things, and here's what we thought about them.
Oh, what can I say, Dennis? It's been awesome. Absolutely. Everything I expected and more.
In school, you just read about it, and now we're actually seeing what we studied in school. It's super.
Really?
Oh, I really appreciated your choice of the hotels and the locations and the walking tours. I love the walking tours. It just gave me a sense of what it was like or what it is like to live in that particular city. And Venice just exceeded my expectations. It was everything I imagined it would be and more.
It's a special place.
I love it. It's great. It's the way I choose to travel. And it's everything that we had expected and more.
Like Linda says, I really love it. It took me a long time to get this idea cranked up that we need to go to Europe because it seemed like such a far, far away place. And it took a little bit of convincing for her to get me to come here to start with. But I think when we saw your program on TV, that was a catalyst for us to move. And it's a wonderful thing that we did. How you say, magnifico.
Magnifico, okay.
This has been a learning experience for me. I've enjoyed seeing different places and eating different kinds of food.
The artwork in Italy so far in Rome, Florence, and Venice. I was very surprised at the cathedrals and how they were able to do massive stonework, construction.
Yeah.
And I've been more accustomed to Asian kind of food, Filipino, Japanese, Chinese. Now I'm getting to learn how to eat Italian food, which I seldomly tried, which I never thought I would like, but I started to like it when I started tasting Italian food when I came over.
I've never dreamed of seeing all those how many century old churches, and they look fresh as of yet. Yeah, and then the buildings are like, oh, you never have thought that it would survive all those years. In Rome, you can see all those cathedrals, all those paintings upwards. I was just wondering how those people came up there to paint them.
I want to thank you, Dennis, because you brought history to life. You can't beat being there, seeing the actual things. The artwork was wonderful, and the sculptures. I was very impressed by the sculpture. If there was any city of the three we've been to that I'd like to come back to, it would be Venice, just because it's a one-of-a-kind city.
There's so many things outstanding, but what I liked is the locations of our hotels. Very central. I mean, literally steps from our door, you're into, the major attractions of Rome, Florence, Venice, just, minutes away. We're at places we only have read about so far. So, that's just one thing. There's so much.
Really?
The food has been great. You're very good. Your organizational skills are very good. You have us on time at everything, and we know we can rely on you to get us to wherever we have to get to on time. It's been wonderful.
Oh, the trains are excellent. Yeah, really good.
Really sweet.
Food is wonderful. So many restaurants, so many choices. Shopping, the art and the artisans. It's just the quality of the crafts and artwork and
Beautiful shop windows.
It's wonderful. I really, really appreciate this.
I like the options, and the freedom to choose, and also the getting into parts of the city where there are no tourists, where the locals are. I really enjoy that.
Walking tours.
Walking tours, yeah. Art history, yeah. Get to see the masterpieces in person.
Okay,
And the
great.
food.
Oh, the food, yeah.
The food is fabulous.
Uh-huh.
Everything was good.
Nice restaurants.
Uh-huh.
Friendly Italians.
Friendly Italians, very well treated. Yeah, we're having a great time.
The food, I can wholly recommend the places that Dennis says to go to eat. I mean, we weren't disappointed a single time. It was just wonderful.
Yeah, good restaurants.
Wonderful restaurants. The gondola ride was excellent, and we got an extra bonus, because the musicians didn't show up, so we got a little bit more boat time. I was going to whip out my fishing line and go bottom fishing.
And then they came.
And then it came.
And they sang.
And I had a nice time. Our trains are really nice, nice and smooth, and we've invariably had real nice company in the cars that we rode in.
Yeah, that's part of the fun too.
That's part of
Meeting travelers along the way.
Venice interested me because of how they were able to build all these things in water.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they got their foundations and to hold up all these stone buildings. So that was very interesting. But it was a great learning experience for me. Very smooth, quick ride.
Uh-huh.
So I enjoyed it.
Comfy.
I noticed also that every place is different from each other. When we went to Rome, I saw what it was like in the olden days, the type of culture the people had, the buildings they built. And when I went to Florence, I saw more of art, and I was really amazed with the works of Michelangelo, Bernini, and the others. I never did appreciate so much of art until I came to see these pieces of artwork. The paintings that I saw also in the chapels and the cathedrals, the beautiful paintings which I never had ever seen in my life. And when I came to Venice, it was something very different again. There is some kind of a change from place to place, and you never get bored. There is always something exciting to see and experience. And this has really been a fantastic trip for my wife and I, which we really have been looking forward to. And I'm glad I made it finally.
Oh yes, it is a very expensive trip.
It's really worth it.
It is worth it. You know, you have to work hard first and then make that trip, but it's really worth it. Yeah, like I said, it was expensive, but it's really worth it. Yeah, you know the fare. No, you have to work hard to get that thing too.
That's right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. You would never have seen those things without spending that really time and that money. But it's really worth it. What for are you working hard if you would not see all those wonderful stuff in Venice? Oh, I could see all those narrow lanes, narrow roads, and you would be wondering how people could get into those places. I told Junior, can we afford it? But then we've been working that hard, so we deserve it.
Yes.
And I said, there's no other time we can do it but now, because we would not be, walking with canes and all that. Oh, we have to do it the younger days as now. Now is the time. Because if you do it later, you would not be able to walk that long. Remember how far we have been walking. You cannot do that if you get to be older than now. I'm 64. I just turned 64 this month, and I said, oh, let's do it then. Yep.
It's mind-boggling to me how the people back then were able to do the kind of work they did, building-wise, art-wise. I don't think you could get anybody in the modern times to do any of that for any amount of money. Yeah, it was just, I guess, a passion for them. And we have a great group. It's just a wonderful group of people, I think. Yeah. Thank you for making it such a wonderful experience.